got desire and passion too. He has desire and passion. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna work out. That's number one. So we were talking about the home. I mean, California is beautiful. This is my first block work in Cali.
Nice.
You know,
Welcome.
because I just started. There's been two since we've sat down. I've had a couple issues. One, the glare off your watch has been hitting me a few times, which makes it hard for me.
And vice versa.
You saw me?
I see you.
It made it hard for me to even turn around and see the glare off the vehicles. But congratulations to your success, your effort, your passion. You know, you are a perfect example of putting in passion, desire, and making it work. You know, so congratulations.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. We were talking about that, like hard work.
Yeah.
Hard work beats everything.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot. Me being flex. I'm not talking about myself as a third party or whatever. I'm just saying, I'm by far not the best DJ. I am probably not even a top 10 DJ skill wise, but I have passion and I have desire. So I understand your passion and desire.
That persistence, like just not stopping. Like I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, so you're born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Are you aware of the great place that you're from?
I'm aware, but like I got out of there when I was young, so I never really got to like experience like everything to do with it. But like,
so Cleveland, Ohio, musically, and if I'm incorrect about anything, please jump down in the comments and correct me. It's a very famous place for music, not just because of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I'm going to tell you why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland, and I hope I tell the story right. Have you been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, we went on like a field trip there when I was like a kid.
You gotta go again, you know why? They do different displays every month now, every week, every month I think, or it might be every week where they honor different artists. But Alan Freed, rest in peace to him, he was before Dick Clark. Are you aware of Dick Clark?
Oh yeah, Dick Clark Productions, all that, yeah.
So before Dick Clark, there was a man named Alan Freed. He coined the words rock and roll.
Legend.
Yes, he's the first one to say rock. We're gonna rock and roll, and he used to throw these parties, right? 2,000 in, 5,000 outside. A band in a jukebox. No DJs, no turntables at this time. This is like mid-50s, late 50s.
You saying they all came because of that?
Well, yeah, him, because his radio show was so big. I know him because I'm a radio guy, and his radio show was so big, he went against the grain in playing music for the kids that they really wanted, and he didn't let people tell him no. He had a very famous TV show before Dick Clark where he got banned from television. And he had allowed a African-American young man and a girl that was white to dance at the show. The sponsors pulled out nationally and they let him go. And that's when Dick Clark came along, and I want to make sure I'm saying this right. I believe it was the same network at
31,
the same time slot,
80, 60, 53,
and Dick Clark eased the man a little better, you know. And
2, 4, 6.
Alan Freed was brash in terms of, well, I'm not going to do that. That's not the way it should be. But the one thing Alan Freed did wrong is, after he became famous and big and influential, he began to take money to play records, and he had a very big case where he went to court. He never really came back from that.
Yeah.
But that's who, he was the first inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Yes,
and that's why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there in Cleveland, and I love going to Cleveland.
Cleveland is a dope ass city.
I love going to Cleveland. I've been, me and Maria go to the Rock and Roll. We've been a couple times, so we had a good time. But all right, so by way of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yo.
Okay, all right. So, I know that you and your brother company together, which is
We have like a bunch of different things that like we've started together.
But you have one where you nurture young talent.
Yeah,
What's the name of that
it's called
company?
Team 10.
Okay.
So Team 10, like I originally started that when I was 18 actually, because I noticed that the internet loved groups of people like hanging out together and being together and collaborating together, and I wasn't the most popular at the time on the internet, and so I was trying to collab with all these bigger influencers, and they were like, nah, you don't have enough, like they were too cocky. And so I was like, alright, fuck it, I'm just gonna find people, create a team, and I'm gonna use my following at the time to blow them up, and then we're all gonna just collab all the time and blow each other up.
That's great.
And we all like rose together to the point where it was eventually like these people who I was asking to collab with, and they were like, no, like you wouldn't even hear of them anymore. And for me, it was like always about business. This whole industry, everything I do is about business and getting to the paper. And then at the time, I was like, I can sign younger people under me that I believe in and help them grow and give them a blueprint to like how to do this and what to do, when to do it, who should be in your corner, the different connections in Los Angeles, modeling agencies, managers, whatever it is. So I had like over like 30 people signed and have launched like careers of some of like the biggest digital stars that you see today.
You know what I love about the social networking, the system, YouTube? It got rid of the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
It allowed people to, even myself, who I'm not a gatekeeper anymore because the gatekeeping I think is old school and it doesn't matter. But I like to compete, so I like going into the YouTube space and competing. I mean, the kids know that my freestyle segment is the best freestyle segment on YouTube. All the hot freestyles come out in our camp, and I earned that. Let's just be clear. But, so, when I got into that space, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to compete.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to compete and not be held back and to do what we love.
You know, the internet gives everyone the opportunity to become famous or be an actor or musician or whatever it is that they want to do.
When were you, if you didn't do this at 18, did you finish high school?
No.
Well, what high school were you
I was going to Westlake High School. And
how far did you get?
To junior year. But
the money was coming.
Yeah, no, and I was sitting there in class, and my teachers would be like, talking shit to me. Like, you think you're funny? You think the videos you do are funny?
Thank you.
And I'm like,
but that means they're watching them.
exactly.
They're watching them. My teacher should be watching my video.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I got the feds watching, haters watching, news watching. That's my new song 23. But exactly my point. And I'm like, I wanted to say it to him, but at the time, I still didn't realize like what I was gonna become. And I wanted to be respectful, but I was literally gonna be like, how are you gonna sit here and tell me to do homework when I make more money than you? And I would just go home every single day, and I was like 16, turning 17 at the time, and I'd just go home every single day and be like, Mom, I'm moving to LA. Dad, I'm moving to LA. I can't do this shit anymore. I hate this. I hate school. Why am I here? Da da da. Because it just wasn't. It wasn't for me, and I would just.
You went with your calling.
Yeah.
Now, for us to also give the other side of that, we do encourage kids to finish school. We're not saying not to. I did high school, but I did terrible in college. I didn't do well in college.
But did you use anything that you learned in college to help you today?
I'll be honest. High school, little things like figuring out how to pass a test, get over on a teacher, face to face with a guy who either likes you or don't like you, or deal with a bully, or deal with a girl that likes you. Those things did help me in real life. Socially, not
socially,
really, not career.
Socially, it helps. And
Yeah,
socially, I think it's very important. But why, with our, like, the American education system is, like, way outdated. And I'm not even, like, the one to, like, be the spearhead of, like, let's talk about it. But why are kids paying $50,000 to $100,000 a year to go to college, to come out in debt without a job, without a guaranteed job?
It's scary.
And
Definitely scary.
And, like, half the time people are just cheating on tests. They're not actually going to the classes. The answers are online when they have homework.
Mm-hmm. I just recently, 3 years ago, paid back my student loan. That was in, I forgot. I went to Pace University in White Plains. And I just wanted to see my grades. And then I called over there, they said, you have a balance. And I guess the school, not my student loan. I now remember, I took my student loan and I bought turntables. It was a $2,500 loan. And back then, they wrote the check direct to you. They didn't write it to the school.
So you could go wherever with it.
You could go wherever with it. But then I still owe the school bill, so I paid it. But I do agree with you. I'd like to see the school system get better. And, you know, and I know sometimes the young audience doesn't like when I do this, but I'm funny about the drugs. And when I say funny about it, meaning I'm realistic. You know, kids are gonna do what kids do, just like when I was young.
Yeah.
I would like to see it done in moderation. I would like to see that kids still get what they need to get done, on top of